Trace FM for your first today. So this is Trace Drive. And a top quality vibe you need, and we will definitely provide Mombasa, Eldoret, Kisumu, and take us everywhere with you on traceradio.co.ke. And just in case you are joining us in studio, two queens, Wakesho and Lakundo, first time ever on Trace Drive and on Trace FM. And I'm glad I have them in studio because we get to appreciate them as they are on their journey. We've been playing their songs back to back to back right here on Trace FM. So right now we're just getting to know, the artist behind the art. It's that simple. And I'm so happy to have you ladies in studio. Thank you very much. And I just want to, get a feel of who you are, because you'll be listening to the songs, as I said. So right now I just want to get, the artist, just to get to know where the art comes from, where it all started off. Because when went to tukiwa primary or secondary, as we were in school, walimu wetu walituambia many things, especially sisi tulikuwa on the noisemakers list. Tulikuwa tunaambiwa, hii noise yenu itawapeleka wapi jameni. So sasa tukikutana na mwalimu, ukimtumia M-Pesa unamwambia the noise is noising still. So I want to start from the beginning. Maybe I start with you, Lakundo. Maybe you tell me, what were some of the first musical inspirations as you're at home, as you're in school, and what is it, or what switch, or what hits you, and then you're like, I can really do something here for myself, So introduce me.
Inspiration wise. Mm-hmm. I grew up listening to a lot of Western music, like R&B and just hip hop, whatever's out there.
Yes,
pop.
Yes.
And that's like throughout my childhood, that's what I've been singing. Apart from like the gospel of it all,
hill songs, pale,
Yeah. So apart from that, a lot of pop songs, and then from around like 2012, I started listening to like African music, properly paying attention to African music. Enter Sauti Sol, Ali Kiba, Diamond Platnumz, those big names. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I would say they've been quite a big influence to me growing up in my music journey.
And as you were listening to, you listen to the West and you hear what they are saying and what they are doing, their lifestyles, and then you come and then you listen to what us as Africans we are talking about listening. Did you realize something? Did you get like some sort of shift? Were you like, okay, that is cool, but our Africans, we are grooving the way we should? Was there a shift? Did you form any new opinions, just varying from the different sounds that you were listening to?
I feel like when you talk about life in the Western world and life in Africa, there's a huge difference in terms of why we write songs. I feel like I don't know why, but when pain is expressed in Swahili, it hits different than when pain is expressed in English. Sijui kwa nini ukisikia nani nyimbo za Diamond akiwa yani kama ile nitarejea, yani maumivu ya kuwa na maumivu ya kuondoka kijijini kwenda mjini kufuata kutafuta hela. I haven't heard that in Western songs.
Yes,
at least
they don't really have
so
it.
far. So ile kusikia there's a huge difference.
Yes, true that.
In terms of the stories.
Also myself, when I was growing up, just listening also to like Kenyan music, and then you listen to like Bongo, Tanzanian music, you're like, hey, kuna venye Cinderella, kuna venye yeye ameitwa, yani kuna venye it's not like my own Cinderella. Like there's a bit of difference, there's a bit of Matonya feelings, to it. So I agree with when you say you felt a bit of shift in subject matter, and how close and how someone really expresses themselves. Wakesho, I don't know if you felt the same way. Were your inspirations the same? Did you start listening to guys in the West and then come back home, or how was your experience like?
It was a bit similar to Lakundo's, because for me as well, aside from listening to Western music, also Western shows influenced the type of music I listened to.
Yes, I agree.
When I was a child. So if you ask me who are my inspirations from childhood, I would say people like Beyonce, Adele. Those are my first inspirations.
Okay, I understand
Jessie
that.
J. And then in shows like Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana alitukunywa mbaya. No lie,
But then,
no lie.
as time went by, I also started appreciating African music more, and I thought it's very beautiful.
It's very beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
I love that. I love that to hear. And I'm sure it is a beautiful moment when you've recorded and you've put together your own art. Tell me about the first time you penned something down and actually went and recorded it and heard it, and you were like, okay, I want that kind of I want you to tell me, there's that first song, I'm sure. Maybe it wasn't the greatest, but the one that you went and recorded and you were like, okay, I could build from this. There's something, I feel as if there's something here for me to work on. Wakesho?
Okay, the first song I wrote, I didn't record.
Okay, uli kanyagia.
Kama ni kurecord, nikasimia mamangu. That's where it was first recorded.
Okay,
yeah.
I like that. You were somewhere, you started somewhere.
I had the vision.
Yeah, you had the vision. That's the most important part.
Right. For me, my first song when I was a child, and it was very petty, honestly. It was to do, I was offended by something my brother had done.
So your first diss song? What did you say, your brother?
You could say that, but it was a bit. It was a bit dark for something so basic. Because I was there like, I'm all alone in the deep blue sea.
Oh wow! You went there.
I was like, I don't know age, so I don't know why I was.
You had
singing
bars
like I was
back
in
then.
pain.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's understandable. At least we could see the artistry as you were young. At least there was something there, and I like that. Lukundo, what would you say?
My first song that I completed, wrote and recorded was a school project. So I was doing BTECs in high school, and music BTEC, and one of the requirements was to write your own song according to like explore different genres and then write a song from a genre that you feel.
And then submit it. Okay.
Yeah. So I wrote songs in the genre blues, rock and roll.
Nice.
I also wrote in soft rock.
Okay.
So those three, I wrote them down, and I was like, hey, I feel something could come out of this.
Yes. Kuna talent hapa sifai kukanyagia.
Because I had to do my own production, air quote. Yes. I mean, it wasn't the best.
It wasn't the best, but it was somewhere. It's the journey.
Somewhere, yeah.
I like that. So throughout the journey, of course, we have people who support us. We have, our people who are riding with us. I want us to talk about people back home. Because even as myself, as I was beginning off with radio, my folks or my people at home are just like, okay, okay, so you just knew you know. So I want you to talk about Mtaani. How is that support? Before I talk about the friends and all these other people who come in to make sure the talent rises, talk about Mtaani, Lakundo. Mtaani, watu wanasema aje? How was it like? Did you break down the news to someone? Did you have to tell an auntie so that they come and tell your peoples? Or how was the process like?
For me, it was more of my mom. I just went straight to her, and my mom is always so supportive.
I like
it's
that.
Mom, I got this opportunity. I'm gonna pursue this, and she was absolutely supportive. She was like, nice. Go for it. She was very excited.
Awesome. I always love a supportive parent.
Yeah.
Wakesho, what are you saying? Mtaani walisema aje?
I kept it
deal. On the down low, chini ya maji.
Until nikwe sure. Nimeingia ndani kabisa. Sasa
like that.
So nimepata hiyo opportunity, and then now after that they were really supportive.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. And when we talk about support, I want us to talk about soul generation, and as you have all mentioned, Sauti Soul being some of the inspirations. How does the link up come when, because we all have heard of Soul Generation. We've seen what they've done. We've seen them Viris there, the Ben Soul and all these amazing people. When there's this opportunity or when there's this collaboration, is it something you jump on board and say yes to immediately, or is it something you're like, okay, fine, the opportunity is dope, but let me calm down and think about it? How was that process like? Talk to me, ladies. Who wants to go first? Wakesho Lakundo. Anybody.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
So when this happened, because I'm currently a student.
Yes.
In uni. So when this happened, I'm already pursuing something I love. I study film. So I was a little bit skeptical. I was like, is it going to happen?
Yes.
Is it not going to, like, unajua, you're just one foot in limbo, and in case it doesn't happen, I can still go back to this. Unajua. Yeah, so that was like my thought process. It's a little bit scary. You're heading into this world. Like, obviously it's something that you really want.
But it's still scary at the same time.
Yeah, but it's still scary. So bado nilikuwa na hold back kidogo.
I know na tense kidogo before getting into it. Wakesho, were you tensing ama ulikuwa na like green light iende sana?
Green light like inatetemeka.
Inakubalika. Okay, that's okay, because we've been, as I said, we've been playing your records on the station from time after time, and anytime we play them, we get so much good feedback. You know, people want to know who is that. You know, it's a new sound. Hatujasikia huyo ni nani. We don't recognize who that is. Tell us more about who that person is. That's why I was so delighted when I got the opportunity to have you guys in studio, so that we connect you to the audiences, so that we know what's really happening in future. So before I play Decline, Wakesho, I want you to tell me a bit about this song.
Okay.
Tell me about Decline.
Okay. So unajua ile
napenda venye sauti imeanza kwenda
you know, lazima nionyeshe vile imetoka.
Yes.
You know, when you're really hooked on someone, it could be something, but for me this was someone.
Okay.
And they have this power over you. So every time unapigiwa simu unashika, even though you know it's a bad decision. Nikishika hii simu.
It's a bad choice. It's a bad decision. So Decline.
So Decline was more of taking your power back. It's like, you know what? Nimechoka. It's about standing on your business.
Standing on business. Taking back your power, always important. Nipe your power. Wewe wacha wewe. Sindio Wakesho?
Yes.
Kabisa. And that's playing Sitati jokes. That's playing on Trace FM. First with the hits. And I'm so happy to have you in studio, Manze, and you've told us about that song. Now, unajua, once you get even a meaning to a song by your fave, akikwambia, hey, this song means this, you're like, yes, I need kiimba na imba even with the more vigor, you know, with more power in my, you know, from the chest, you know. I like when I discover a new artist and then they tell me, damn, bado niko na vitu, nipatieni tu time. You know, give me some, you know, some wiggle room kidogo, niingie, ni settle down, alafu niwapatie fire. So I appreciate that from you. And Lakundo, you know, you're also here. Umekaa ni kama wewe ni manager wa Wakesho na manager kwa huko kando. So Lakundo also in studio, and she has such a phenomenal tune. We're gonna drop Take Control, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about it. Such a tune on your radio. Eldoret, Mombasa, Kisumu, Nakuru. I want to hear from you. Let me know. At Trace East Africa, use that hashtag Trace Drive on the X app, formerly known as Twitter. And first of all, before I let you ladies go, thank you very much for coming through. Asanteni sana.
Thank you for having me.
I always want to give you your flowers because we've had lots of artists pass through here, including the likes of Bensol, Mviri, Joshua Baraka, and all these amazing artists from Eastern Africa. Wakitoka hapa wasiwaoni tena for a while. Wakirudi wamechange kabisa kwa sababu fame nini, like everything has really come through for them. So be ready to embrace that. Like when it comes, like just take it like this is what we were meant for, you know. Like bila kuogopa, you know, without wavering and faltering. So thank you very much, ladies. Pokeni flowers zenu. I'm sure y'all are gonna do amazing. You already have some big records on the radio. And let's talk about Friday. Tumesema we are getting new songs, new feel from y'all.
Yes, you're getting a lead single.
A lead single. Mumeshasikia sini na nimesema au ndio wamesema. So lead single on Friday. Lakundo, let's talk about Take Control before we get to the lead single. Tell me about Take Control.
Well, Take Control is a little bit seductive, but it's just a romantic song.
I get high on your supply. Hiyo ni noma.
So this song is basically one of those. Unajua, when you're at the beginning of a relationship, at first you don't necessarily trust each other or nani. So this song is finally saying, "Hey, I'm gonna let you into my world. I'm gonna let you take control, be part of it." You know?
I like that.
Yeah, because I love you.
Nakupenda yani nakupa control. Ay, hapo sawa manze. Thank you very much for coming through. But make sure you go out there manze and shine like the stars that you all are. Sawa.
Thank you very much.
Turn it all the way